Okay, cut a bigger hole, triple check my measurements. I hope that this one is the correct size. I gotta go grab the sink, do another test fit. Let's see. It's the next day and I'm back at work. I don't know what it is. It must be partially the altitude. I was born in Colorado, so you would think I'd be more acclimated to this, but I just seem to be get winded and tired much easier. But I'm working today. I actually have pulled the sink out from the countertop over there where it was, and I've built the new support frame for the sink and the countertop on the opposite side. Let me show you what that looks like. Over here I have the two new cabinets that I built, and then I've added 2x4s 46 inches to go in here to support the countertop, and the sink will go into there. I just still have to cut the hole for that. And over here is where it used to be, and the propane bottle and the little holder that I have for that. That ultimately is going to end up being moved inside of a cabinet, and the refrigerator will end up going here. The time has come to make the most critical cut. This terrifies me as much as cutting into the roof of the step van, and that's cutting one of these countertops. I guess the biggest difference is I'm only at about $150 for this countertop versus thousands of dollars to repair the roof of the step van. So I've measured like 3 or 4 or 5 times. Then I went ahead and laid the sink on top of here and eyeballed everything. I think I have all the lines correct for the cuts, so I'm going to go ahead and try to do the first cuts. I'm going to do this with a plunge cut instead of doing a pilot hole. I'm going to see how this goes. Okay, all the plunge cuts are done. I just need to go back in with my saber saw and clean up the corners, and hopefully everything will be good on the other side. I'm doing the back side. And there we go. All cut out, nice and square. Well, pretty good anyway. I've set the countertop in place. I just need to go grab the sink and do a test fit. It's going to be a tight fit. I gave myself maybe between an 1/8 inch and 1/4 inch leeway, maybe 1/8 of an inch, so it's going to be really a snug fit getting it in here. But I wanted to leave as much of this lip around the edge on the front and the back, even though I do have it supported with 2x4s. Well, it doesn't fit. I'm not even close. I've got to trim some more off of the front and the back. Not sure where I went wrong on it, but got to do some measurements and figure that out. Okay, cut a bigger hole, triple check my measurements. I hope that this one is the correct size. I got to go grab the sink, do another test fit. Let's see. Well, I think I got it. I just have to remove the little clips on it so that I can get the clips on the back side of the sink. But other than that, it looks like it fits. Well, this is quite ironic. It does not fit. I still have to cut a bigger hole. Let me show you why. You can see all the way around that it's not sitting flat. The sink bowls fit in, the hoses fit in, that's what I measured for, but this doesn't sit flat. The reason it's not sitting flat is because I didn't account for these rails here. These rails hold the little clips that allow it to clip on the bottom side of the countertop. So these things slide in here and allow it to grip to the bottom. If I remove these, then it would fit perfectly, but it appears they're welded into place. So I need to cut a bigger hole to account for this lip. That's going to give just a tiny bit of wood around the outside edge, which is not exactly fun, but that's all I can do if I want to keep this sink. Before you guys write in the comments that I should have just used the previous cutout as a template for this one, that wouldn't work because the previous cutout was the wrong shape and was based on a previous sink that I had. So I really needed to cut a new hole that was exactly the proper dimensions, and I guess as they say, third time's a charm, so I'm trying the third attempt. Hopefully, crossing my fingers, I get it right this time. Thank goodness I've been cutting too small rather than too large. So I gotta go grab the sink. Let's see how it looks. It is so close. It is just probably less than a 1/16 of an inch. I may be able to bend it to fit into place, but it's super tight. You can see it fits flush and nice in the back, but this upper lip, the front lip here, is not quite going in, and it just needs to be pushed just a little bit, and then it should pop into place. As you can see, I now have the sink successfully installed. It only took 4 attempts at cutting it, and probably at least 7 times measuring, remeasuring. It just took so much measuring and so much cutting, it's almost embarrassing. But it's in there. I'm just thankful that I cut everything small and then worked my way up until it finally fit. Let me show you. Over here I have my John and my kombucha, which is fermenting here in the little box. That's pretty fabulous. Next to it is the sink. It fits perfectly. The pump is not hooked up yet, so I'm just going to do a gravity feed with some water that'll be coming in over here on a 5-gallon jug. So I do have a pump purchased. I'm going to be installing that sometime soon. And then I've got my little blender over here and my DeWalt charger. But anyway, everything is fitting perfectly and it looks good. I'm pleased with this. So everything fits perfectly. I just have a little bit more to go. Get a little water tank, I don't know, maybe a 20 or 30 gallon, something like that. Hook up the pump, and then this project will be done. Pretty happy and stoked about that. That's all I have for this episode. Thank you for watching. Savor the moment. See you next episode.